Hi, welcome and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a timeless collective reading. Whenever this reading finds you is the right time, just see what resonates for you and hopefully brings you clarity. Remember that divine inner guidance, it's in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound, based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the love oracle today. Let's get a little clarity, see what God's source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Clarity for the collective. What is the foundational energy to know about? Please and thank you. Music. So maybe some of you play music, you connect to someone through music. Maybe it's time to take out your guitar, sign up for some lessons, even do something online, write that song you were thinking about. You could be connecting to somebody or thinking about someone right now that is a musician. They're almost like that snake charmer, puts everyone in like doe eyes, wonder kind of energy, like a little rock star energy. But the energy or the message with this music card is also being in harmony with the right people, the right environments within yourself. So let's see what else the collective needs to know. Oh, wow. Maybe some of you are hiring some musicians for a party, or you're getting a gig for a party. It could be a big event like a wedding, or it could be, I don't know, some kind of smaller gathering. I actually see something in a city I can see like the view of a city. So maybe, hey, maybe you're doing like the rooftop party or something like that. For music, that could also be a DJ energy for some of you. Maybe you're the one putting together an awesome playlist for a party. But this is nice. If you guys get an invite to go to a party with these two together, it looks like it's going to be I just heard rad. Like I was transported back to 1987. It looks like it's going to be a rad time. So maybe you need to go. Maybe it's an 80s party. Maybe it's a theme party or something like that. It could be a holiday gathering. But it's something that feels like a celebration. You know, I feel like there's a toast. I mean, here there's like party favors, balloons. It looks like there's laughing. It's a social gathering. So for some of you, that just might be something that's in the public. Maybe some of you are going to a concert. If you're thinking about like going to see one of your favorite artists or bands, I feel like look them up. Maybe it's not right away, but maybe in 6 months, they're going to be, in driving distance to where you are. And you're going to have an amazing time, especially if it's somebody you've always wanted to see and never got to. So I do see also for some of you an after party happening after a concert. So I am not getting that is a planned situation, and I don't necessarily think it has to do with how many people are there. It could be you and someone else taking it to the after party. But I do see a good connection happening there, or even I see exchanging like really cool ideas. So maybe you meet somebody at an after party. I just heard a new associate really loud and clear, and I don't know what that means. But maybe if you're always around the same people and it's always very business-like, maybe it's about spending time with some of those people or that person in a different social setting to get to know them more, to really see what somebody's all about, to maybe see how fun they actually are, funny, like how much you might actually groove together on a side project. All right, let's see. Let's get one more message on music and party for the collective. Please and thank you. I think there's a song called Music by Erick Sermon. And there's another one by Lela James. And there's another one by Vivian Green. I think they're all titled music. I will put them all below for you guys. And then there's the one, the music sounds better with you. I think that's my favorite one of all of them. Baby, feel like the music sounds better with you. I know I put that in a playlist before, but that song just makes me happy. So you're getting it in the playlist again. All right, one more to help the collective. Energy going on. What's going on with this hangout, social gathering, party, harmony, musician, and you got relationship. At the bottom, you actually have reconciliation. So for some of you, maybe you end up meeting an old flame. I mean, this could go back to like high school days, years and years ago. This could be something really recent. Maybe it's a relationship that reconnects via music, via going out and having fun, changing up the energy. For some of you, this just might be a simple reunion. Maybe it's a reunion. You do have a party here. It doesn't necessarily mean this person is going to be the honey coming back in your life and you're rekindling the relationship, but for some of you it might. It is where some of you have a second chance, third, fourth. I just heard the 42nd. I mean, maybe some of you have been going around and around with someone. But it is somebody who does miss you. I feel like for some of you, someone sort of had so much distance from you that until they actually felt your energy around them again, had a conversation with you again, felt the harmony between the two of you, they didn't even realize how much they missed you. So maybe that gets the ball rolling, rekindles a relationship in whatever dynamic you and that person decide it will be. But I do see it developing into a relationship for some of you. I also feel like some of you are going to meet somebody at a social event, party, concert, something like that, where this person is going to be a really special person coming in your life. So, hey, if you got to get a ticket for that concert and nobody wants to go with you and you have to go solo, I feel like some of you might have somebody to come to the after party with you. So go solo. Doesn't mean that's how you're going to leave. At least it's going to be a good time. At least you're going to be in a cool space with really cool energy. And if you are in a party, by the way, and it does not feel cool, you're not really grooving with the music, it's not really your thing, I still feel like if you exit that situation, I feel like you're going to stumble into something else that you were maybe supposed to be at. I don't see you going right home, even if you like go out for sushi or go out for coffee or go out to a diner or something like that, or maybe like on your way home, or you call someone saying, hey, I just went to this event and it like really sucked. What are you doing? Do you want to go out and do something? I'm already like dressed to impress here. I still feel like there's something that's going to come of that. I'm getting a lot of different like situations and scenarios for you guys today. But for many of you, this could be who you're in a relationship with. Look at you even have matching, leather jackets. Maybe it's a road trip. Maybe it's about the pit stop on that road trip and not necessarily the destination, but more the journey. Maybe even get a little lost, and that's cool. This could be where someone is finally putting a label or a title on what you and them are. Maybe that was never discussed, and you have a nice discussion that comes about, some true feelings that come out, because it is somebody who wants to be committed. They don't want to see you with anyone else. I am getting, for some of you, maybe this is not all of you, but I am feeling for some of you, maybe you do have somebody around you that might be a little jelly if you go out and kind of do your own thing and they know you're out partying, they know you're out with your friends, you're having fun, maybe you're not giving someone attention. And I don't know. I feel like if that was with, only in this case, if that was with someone who was really kind of wishy-washy about you, and you just decided, okay, you know what, you can be wishy-washy, I'm gonna go out and do my thing, I'm gonna have fun. I feel like that, like your independence, you doing your own thing, you not really giving them much attention because you have your own thing going on, you're actually having fun, you're not checking your phone, you know, to see if they're texting you every 5 minutes, you're actually having a good time somewhere. I feel like maybe that little distance or that little reality check situation might bring somebody off the fence. I feel like they were feeling a lot for you, but maybe their nature was just to be, you know, not attached, doing their own thing, kind of like, you know, dating casually. And I feel like for some of you, if you just take back your power, do your own thing, have a good time, I do see some of you having somebody who like wants to be, well, why didn't you invite me? Like they kind of do a turnaround, whereas before they were the one that was always independent and doing their own thing. I feel like some of you are really, really attractive and they know if you go out, you're probably getting hit on. So let's continue. And if you have a solid relationship with someone, then, and you are each doing your own thing independently, I don't see the jelly energy coming through there. I actually see that as a very strong ass relationship. Because if you guys can go out, go to parties together, go to concerts together, do your own thing apart, and you just have the confidence to know, no, they're just out having a good time, I'm going to see them later at the after party. Then there's a lot of strength there. There's no need for jealousy because you each know who you're going to go home to. And I feel like that's a very positive and strong dynamic to have in a relationship. But I do think those are two totally different groups. So let's continue. I have something a little bit different. This is the keywords. Let's just see what keywords come up, get a little more depth into the energy that came through so far. What else would be helpful for the collective on relationship, reconciliation, music, and party? I feel like I have to say it like that when I look at that word. One overall message to be helpful, please. What did I say before about somebody being a little jelly? So this is an extra message for whatever I said before on somebody feeling a little bit of jealous energy. It could also be an outside source. If you and your honey have an amazeballs relationship and you're really solid, it could be somebody who doesn't have that dynamic in a relationship, maybe even somebody who's very codependent where they are, and kind of from an outside grass is greener kind of perspective, looking at you with a little bit of envy, kind of wishing that's the dynamic they had, and just have awareness of it. There is somebody who is wanting what someone else has. For some of you, it's that specific person, but for some of you, it's that energy that they wish they had. So it is somebody, it says, someone else has been angry at someone because they are better off than you and not wishing well, and somebody's got a wandering eye. So just be aware if some of you do have somebody who constantly has a wandering eye and you're not feeling that there's real independence or commitment with a certain partner, and maybe it's you, you know, looking at how they look at others. Maybe some of you have got a, like a serial flirter or something like that, but you wish that they were flirting more with you. Then I still feel like there's something good coming through for you, but maybe it's not that person. Maybe this is bringing back your strength, that you don't want to always be feeling weird. You want to feel confident with who you're with, you know? And even if it's somebody who's super confident, that's usually someone who's in the energy that they don't compete with what they don't compare. So if you see a really like strong partnership, usually the two people can both look at either gender or whomever, be like, oh, did you see that girl come in? Her butt is phenomenal. Or, you know, look at how beautiful she is. And somebody who's confident is going to be like, yeah, they are. But it's that dynamic where there's still that union talking about someone else, not lack of attention in that union to go towards someone else. I hope that made sense. Everybody's situation is so different. For some of you, if there's a weird energy, it could just be leaving that energy, cutting it off, being the one to step in a position of power and owning how beautiful you are, what you deserve, you know, not accepting less than. But I am seeing for most of you, this is an outside source. This doesn't have to do with you and your relationship. I feel like that's a very small group. I feel like for most of you, you have something really beautiful coming in or happening in your life, even if you're just independent. And these just might be people around you who aren't even looking at you, but you are the one they talk about towards somebody else. So if you feel like that's that party you don't want to attend, people you don't want to be around, a little like the upside down 3 of Cups, that is your choice to have that energy around you or take yourself to a better after party where you're in harmony with people who are in the energy of confidence, high vibration, you know, giving other people compliments, wanting to see people be their best self, be in a positive relationship, have their goals, you know, and their dreams coming true. Because that's somebody who's also in that energy where that's going to happen to them, rather than trying to always shine a light on the dark corners. Just remember, everyone's energy is a reflection of what is going on inside of them. And everybody has a different situation, a different part of their, you know, chapter of their U-book, and different experiences that they've seen in their life. So let's continue. I don't want to give that too much energy because it is a weird energy, but it came through now twice. I saw that even before it came up. So here is a beautiful movement of energy. Here is harmony wherever you are. Here is you taking your beautiful energy, that vibration of feeling like home wherever you go. I feel like some of you, I just got the healer energy. So I do feel like for some of you, wherever you are, your vibration, that energy of feeling comfortable that others have towards you, is very healing to many people. This is also you having emotional strength and maturity in a situation, not stooping to somebody else's level. It's either just not being there, or I'm even getting, I just hear kindness and maybe understanding, understanding. Maybe see where someone's coming from. It's also where a lot of you have not just a reconciliation, but a resolution to a situation. You're figuring something out. It's the energy of persistence and patience, but also determination and protection. I do feel like there's somebody around you that cares about you that will protect you. Like if anybody has weird ass words over here, you do have someone who's going to stand up for you. And that might be you standing up for someone else. But I feel like you're doing it in a very gentle, very spiritual way, and yet very direct and to the point. I feel like it's not feeding into this person's game. It's actually like dispelling their energy, almost transmuting it into something else. And this is just telling you to remain true to your path. Be true to yourself. That's a very powerful That's a very powerful message. I'm also getting a little bit of king or like the prince or the knight of pentacles energy with that, where slow and steady in whatever situation this is, even if we're talking about work, wins the race. Step by step, being less resistant and going more with the flow, being flexible when you need to. But I'm also getting that it's the turtle that's winning the race, not the hare. So let's get one more. What is one more message from the keywords? Oh, we got a cup. So energy of emotions. You also have this. All right, you guys definitely have a party or something you're going to, because this is the energy of friends. But this is the right people around you with the right vibration that don't drain your cup, but lift you up no matter what kind of situation you're in, you know, or what kind of day you're having, what kind of chapter is going on right now. So you guys are going to expect a conversation with a friend. I feel like for some of you, you are going to have a friend that turns into a lover, which is a nice solid foundation to start on. This is knowledge. It could be for some of you, if somebody has the tendency to want to numb themselves, it could be someone who's numbing themselves, not wanting to feel all of these emotions right now because it's a lot to handle. So maybe you're the friend that comes by, helps somebody out, takes them out for coffee. But if this is you coming to any relationship with your cup full, you are also going to be attracting someone else with a full cup. If your glass is always empty, or you're always trying to be the one to fill somebody's cup, make somebody better, change somebody because you are going to make this happen, and somebody's not willing to like plug that cup and fill it up a little bit themselves, then it's going to always feel like you're the one being drained. But it is holding a cup of love for some of you. These are so many messages today. I really hope that they connect with the specific situations that are going on with you guys. I feel like we should kind of come back down and maybe do a mindful message. Let's get a mindful message, a little more clarity for the collective. What does the collective need to know to be helpful, please? And thank you. Tune in. I like this message. So it is telling you too, you have all of these emotions coming in, whether you are being affected by someone else and that's affecting your emotions, or it's a situation, or these are just different emotions flowing through you. It could be that you hear the most amazing song in the world that connected to something that happened to you 20 years ago and makes you bawl your eyes out. Maybe you didn't deal with that 20 years ago, and that is really healing, which music can do, because music and smell can trigger that part of your brain that takes you immediately back into a memory. I just saw you and someone else listening to a song that was meaningful for either the time you were together or to you and that person, and you're both feeling that same energy. Today, before doing what you normally do, take a minute to just slow down. I did see the turtle. Take your time with something. I feel like that's going to bring the biggest results for you. To place your hands on your heart space, take a few deep breaths, and ask yourself what you truly want. And honor however you are feeling. You know, if you're thinking about a dream you have and it's bringing you anxiety, or it's not really making you feel good, or it's not making you feel like you're in your own personal strength, you got to see what that reflection is, face it, and see if there's something you can grow or gain out of it. But if it's something that brings you joy, like it just would bring so much happiness or passion in your life or excitement, see where that takes you. I always say just follow your joy. Do what makes you feel like a kid. It keeps you young. So let's go to the tarot. Let me see which one. I have the Toth in front of me. But I think I have the Pulp here. So let's do these two. Let's just do one from the Toth to get the foundational. Overall, perhaps this is a totally different situation. And for, you know, some of you, this first part with the Oracle cards was your reading. But let's see if we can dive deeper into those Oracle cards as well. Clarity for the collective. Foundational energy to know about. Please and thank you. Oh, wow. That's a really good place to have as a foundation, guys. I do feel like whatever I said before where you're being hit on by others, I do see that. I feel like a lot of you are shining, and I don't think it's necessarily how you dress or your style. It's your energy. It's your excitement when you talk about the projects you're working on. It's just something that's felt inside because you've been tuning into really how you feel. For some of you, if you are a musician, I do see you as gaining a lot of success. Whether you're a writer and the right person comes along to sing your song and it takes off, it's a hit, or it's just you, every chance you get to do it, whether it's in a little bar somewhere and there's 4 people sitting there, you're still in this beautiful space. This is when you're doing something like a kid. You got the magician, but look at that magician. It's like creating energy here. I do see you as being so appreciative of that moment that even if you're connecting to one person in there, you can make a difference in their life. And if not, you have such an experience in your life that's a little snapshot moment you are going to remember. I feel like you're very grateful here. But this is where hope is restored. You are shining like a star in your world to others. It's healing. It's also the energy of allowance. You're taking that vibration from the heaven, pouring it onto the earth. Maybe Aquarius energy is important for some of you, or you're seeing something in a different light than you ever saw it before, or in a totally different way than anybody else. Be different, be unique, be you. You know, however you see it, whatever your beautiful filter is, because of your experiences, because of what you've learned, knowledge you have, I feel like your viewpoint is very special. And here is making your dreams come true. You have the magician. So it's tapping into that masculine energy. You have the 17 and the 1. This is you believing in your talents. Whatever that is. You could be talented with numbers. You know, with words. You can be talented with the way that you teach. You could be talented with your I just see, like, as you hear my dog pitter-pattering around, like your specific connection you have to animals. Maybe you paint. Maybe, you know, you work somewhere where there's like, I just see an office building or something like that, but you're really good at graphics or computers, or maybe connecting to people. If you have, I see like a big table and you're having a meeting. So maybe it's very serious material that you are talking about, but you're talented at putting that presentation together and having it be heard. This is you recognizing what you're good at. What do people compliment you on? What are you confident in? Where do you feel like you can still grow? Try something again. Don't give up. This is you paying attention to what you're manifesting, believing in it. Because when you're here and you're upside down, you're pulling the wool over your own eyes. Because you're working and putting energy into something that isn't really your true dream. So let's do a card or two. What do you got? Oh, you have a bone. That's why you're being a busybody. You're looking for a place to hide your bone. So let's do the pulp. Let's get a little more clarity on the Star, the Magician, music, reconciliation. Let me see all these cards. Relationship, party, a little jelly energy, but you're tuning into how you really feel, having a resolution, working on filling up your own cup. Maybe somebody else is as well. So what are some more messages, the movement of energy to help the collective? Please and thank you. The Four of Cups. Well, you have this cup here. And if this is you or someone in your life, the Four of Cups is where you are definitely not looking for the open door. Usually this is like, it's like the wah-wah energy. It's the boring energy. It's not the person going to the party, or it's the person at the wrong party and all they can think about is working on that cool project they have at home, or calling up that one friend they actually have a good time with. It's usually somebody who's contemplating, but they're not really hyper-focused on anything of importance. It's kind of like the wandering mind. And usually when someone is in this energy, they're missing out on an opportunity that is usually pretty divine. Because usually in the regular tarot, it's somebody like sitting under the tree and they got their hands all crossed and they're looking at those cups on the ground that are sometimes spilled or sometimes just like sitting there. And they're like, oh, those cups are so boring, or how come they never fill up, or I don't know what to do. My day is so boring, blah, blah, blah. It's like wah, wah. And then there's a big hand coming out of the sky, like the hand of God. That's like, oh, you're bored? Why don't you give this a try? Didn't you used to do this when you were a kid? Or didn't you always say you wanted to play the guitar? Or didn't you always want these kinds of attributes in a person, in a relationship? And maybe somebody is offering that to you to go out on a date, but that's not your type. So you're not going to give something a try. Whatever is being offered to you here, and it's not through a door, it's through an open window. So there's something coming through the side door that is very special for you. But until you look the other way and see it, or that person decides to uncross their arms and accept that offer, you're not going to know if it's as, perfect for you or as divine. But usually it is. But you got to get to, first you got to look at it, then you got to walk over there, then you got to try to take a little sipperoo and see. And maybe it's not for you, but at least you're up and off that, off that desk and paying attention to something else. So let's see why somebody's coming through with this bored energy. They could be thinking about something, but it's usually not getting them anywhere with the Four of Cups. It doesn't feel like even overplaying a situation is bringing any clarity or even bringing any growth. It's more like going around and around something instead of changing your viewpoint to see how a weird situation made you stronger or gave you boundaries or shut a door so you know what you do want, which you're going to look for that direction. Clarity on the Four of Cups, please, and thank you. What else would be helpful for the collective to know? The Five of Pentacles. You got such beautiful cards from the top. And now these are weird. This is definitely somebody. If this isn't you, it's somebody else. It's maybe where their finances took a dip, but it's usually here somebody feels left out. Maybe it's this person. Maybe they're wishing they were in that star energy and getting a little of attention. But if that's somebody else, first this person, maybe they get complimented, but maybe they're not in the right vibration to hear it. Maybe this person has to work on filling up their own cup first, not focusing on what everyone else has, and start focusing inward on what it is they actually desire, what would make them happy, what are the possibilities, and we had resolutions being presented to them. The Five of Pentacles can be where it's also that same kind of energy where you're not looking in the right direction. Because usually it's somebody outside in the cold, doesn't have their shoes, you know, feeling sore, walking around on a cane. And then there's this beautiful church window right there, and they're not just knocking. Like there's somebody home, but you got to be the one to knock and ask for some help. Sometimes it's just recognizing there are cycles. And if you have a cycle that is a slump in anything in your everyday world, it's pentacles. It doesn't have to be monetary. But how do you take that slump to bring it to an elevation? How do you look for a place that could offer advice to help you out? How do you open your arms to see? And if you ask one place and they're not helping you out, you keep walking and you go to where the vibration is right and the advice and energy coming in is authentic and there to help you out. But sometimes you have to be the one to look. If you just sit there in the snow forever, it's not going to just fall in your lap. It might, but usually it takes some effort. I feel like with the Five, you have to spin that wheel a little bit on your own. You have to have the energy of wanting to help yourself too, not just, I just heard not take something for granted. So let's get one more. Clarity on the Four of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, please and thank you. And then you have the Page. Ooh, she's a sassy Page of Pentacles. And at the bottom you have the Six of Cups. So I am getting for some of you, maybe you had an ex that started to see how well you were doing without them. And maybe they didn't have such a good chapter or two or three the last go around. But, you know, what you need to know with this is everything changes. So I do see something as changing. The Page of Pentacles, I really like this. And she's not a child. She's very much a sassy, sexy adult here. But this is somebody who's just a page. It could be a message about wisdom to help your finances from anyone who is maybe struggling here a little bit. This could be somebody saying, here, we know you've never tried this position, but we recognize, you know, your energy around other people and your talents, and we want to give you a chance. We know you don't have the educational background, but we see potential in you, and they offer you this job. Or maybe it's just doing something one time for free. If it's a magician, maybe a magician, maybe you're a magician, but I saw that musician. Maybe they don't know if your band is cool, so you offer to do a gig for free. First time, you know, we'll do it. You see if we groove together, see if people like it, and maybe they really love you. And they book you for every single week for the year. Or maybe that I see a band now. Maybe that establishment doesn't like your style. But maybe someone's sitting on that bar stool over there or at that table having dinner loved your style. And even though your initial intention of getting those gigs. Now use this as a metaphor for all of you. I can only, take what scenarios come in, but usually it's an explanation of whatever it is you are connecting to that is special in you. So even if that wasn't exactly the goal, you didn't get those gigs, but what if somebody else out there is going to give you a different opportunity? Things don't always go according to plan, but sometimes things come with that big divine cup through the side door, the back door, the open window. But if you don't get out there and give something a go, try something again and again like that magician. You fail, get up again and do it again. Try it a different way. This is somebody who is in a situation where they are new. They have a lot to learn, but there's great potential. This is somebody who has an offer to how to bring something into fruition, in prosperity in their life. She just looks like she's so she's in this sassy outfit. There's a Lady Gaga video, and I don't know which one it is, but I feel like she's wearing a very fancy dress, like in a field or a farm or something like that. Maybe I can find it. You know, maybe this girl is never going to take off her fancy outfit and go out there in the field and help out, get her hands dirty. You know, she's going to sit there looking at her reflection in her shiny gold pentacle. Maybe that works for her. But maybe if she went this way, you know, she'd be the coolest farmer anyone has ever seen. Or maybe she decides to get herself a pair of muck boots or cowboy boots and go out there, because a Pentacles energy is a hard worker, and really start something that's new, a new partnership, a new relationship, a new you. Start fresh, start clean, do it slow, do it different, and be realistic and logical about it. And here you do have somebody who is maybe coming back from the past. This is a soulmate. This is reconnecting with someone through nostalgia, talking about that old song. This is also whatever I saw before, when you follow what makes you feel like a kid. Keeps you young. Follow your joy. Maybe you're reconnecting with someone that you knew when you were a kid. Maybe you're connecting with someone new now that makes you feel like a teenager in love. Sometimes this is just a beautiful gift someone's giving you because of the kindness and purity of their heart. No strings attached. They just felt like getting you flowers that day. It's usually very innocent and sweet, but it can be very deep. This can be someone you meet and you just feel like you've known them forever. It can be someone that you met and you had a deep connection with. A lot of time went by. Somehow, some way, you reconnect. And even if you have grown immensely in your life, it can still feel like no time went by. So let's get one more. I hope this reading was helpful for you guys. I do feel like this one was a lot of different situations and scenarios. Maybe more of you are connecting to this reading. I do always feel like with the readings, when it's a smaller group that watches them, I feel like the messages get very specific. And I feel like when there's more people, the energy or the messages that I receive are more situational to different people's overall situation. And then I get small little messages that usually pinpoint something specific for like a couple of you. So hopefully you guys got a little bit of both out of this one. But let's get one more from the Rockstar Oracle for the collective. You have Jim Morrison, the energy of bliss. That's such a beautiful energy. Like just pure vibrational bliss. Jim Morrison, enjoy what you crave. It said, ask yourself what you truly want and honor however you are feeling. You crave, you know, all of this beautiful harmony in your life, people around you, friends, lovers, relationships where they're committed to you no matter what kind of slump, or, you know, the slump with the Five of Pentacles, or, you know, you're really boring one day with that Four of Cups, or you're on top of your game. You are manifesting the you-know-what out of your life, and all those dreams you talk about are happening. It's the people that are there for all of it. Or you around people that are pulling you down, telling you you can't, naysayers, talking about other people and what they have, wondering why they don't have it, but not doing anything about it. Enjoy what you crave. I just thought of that song, Crave You. I really like that song. Something about dripping. It's actually, listen, I'm going to find the words for that, because that goes back to a lot of the energy that happened here today. she's like at a party and she says like something about she's like dripping in gold. And then I think it's the one that's, why don't you want me like the other boys do? They look at me while I look at you. I think that's the words of that song. And that gave me goosies. That's a big message for some of you. Listen to that song. Maybe that song alone will bring some insight to what you're going through or someone else is. And with this, I bid you adieu. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the next reading tomorrow. I feel so blessed to be here every day with you guys. I love you, and I'll see you soon.